Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to continue in part 2 with our Zibo 737-800 mod at Lambert St. Louis International Airport, heading in the southwest colors to Chicago's Midway Airport. In this video I'm going to go through the pre-flight aircraft preparation to get airliner prepped for pushback. There is a helpful video to set up views, and I'm going to link that in the description below. So first off, we want to make sure our chocks and our ground power unit are connected. We can do this by selecting chocks and GPU in our iPad. We can open the forward service door and our cargo doors and extend the air stairs, since we don't have gates at this airport. Next, what I like to do is I like to go to Customize and Configure, go to Realism, set the align time to short and the refuel time to short as well. Now what you can do is go to Fuel Weight and Balance, go to Payload, and set your payload total, which is given to us as 41.9. One more thing we should do is actually go to Customize and Configure, go to General Config and put your things in pounds. Since we're in the United States, that's what we use here. Now you can go to Fuel Weight and Balance, go to Payload. Now we can do 41.9. That'll load the aircraft up. And for fuel today, we're going to use 12,965, which is about to 13. Now we can call the fuel truck, and they will load the plane up with fuel. Now what we can do is turn the battery on, turn the battery DC switch to battery, As we can see, the fuel has been loaded into the tanks. Check the pressurization mode, which is on auto. Flight instruments are set, the parking brake is set, our fuel weight and balance has been set. Now we can check the oxygen. That's good and normal. We can check to see if our fire, that's working correctly. Light tests, that works. Instrument transfer and display switches are on normal and auto. Window heat can come to on. Emergency exit lights are armed. Chime only and fasten seatbelt signs can go into auto. Now what we can do is tune into this St. Louis ATIS, which will give us the current weather. It's going to be 125.025.
St. Louis Lambert INTL information Juliet. 1700 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 14, dew point -13. Altimeter 2992. Arriving runways 30 right, 29, departing runways 30 left, 29. Advise on initial contact you have Juliet.
We have Juliet. So there you have it. We have a altimeter of 29902. So now what we can do is turn on the APU. In order to do that, we have to turn the aft fuel tank pump on. We can go to start, hold it for 5 seconds. Now you will see the EGT rise all the way to 10 and fall to 5. Once that happens and it falls to 5, we can go ahead and bring the APU generators onto bus and turn the APU bleed on, and the left pack goes to auto. Now we can turn the IRS switches, which is the inertial reference system, to nav. Once this is done, we can go ahead, close the doors after removing the chocks and the air stairs. When this is done, we can now program the FMC. In here, go to FMC, position initialization, type in the initial departure ICAO code. Put that in for reference airport. Clear the message, grab the KSTL coordinates, and plug them into IRS. Now what we can do is go to route, put Kilo Sierra Tango Lima into origin, and for midway we can do Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey. Will be Southwest flight 3552 for a flight number, and we'll be taking off on runway 30 left. Next, go to Perf Init. Our gross weight and cruise center of gravity auto-populates. We have a plan of 13.0 for our fuel. Our reserves today is 0. Actually, it's good to put 0.5 here. I've had issues with VNAV if this is 0. Our cost index is 38. And our cruise altitude today is flight level 290. Our average winds is 306 at 052. And our ISO deviation is +8. Now we can click execute, go to the N1 limit page. This doesn't need to be dealt with today. If you're in a virtual airline, you can save fuel by doing a derated takeoff. I am not worried about that. So we can go ahead and go to the takeoff performance page. We're doing flaps 5 for the departure. And our center of gravity is going to give us our trim, which is 4.75. For V1, it's 138. VR, or the rotation speed, is 140. And we have V2 of 149. After we do that, we can go to our departure page, departure and arrival, go to depart, select the runway you want to take off, and we'll be on the NATCA 5 departure. Spinner transition, go to route, activate, execute, go back to the departure and arrival page, go to arrival. Select the ILS for 13 center, go to ND4, Phoebe transition, execute. Now we can go to our legs page to check our routes. On here, we can go to plan mode, and we can step through the entire flight. First one, we're going to Walter. Now, as you can see, we have a discontinuity here. What we can do is grab Phoebe and then put it into the boxes. Execute. And now we can continue on with our steps. Poogie, Nanny, Meg, Andy, Stinky, Jean, Hebku. If you see vector in here, that's normally what's given when ATC will vector you into your approach. So what you can do here is grab Hebku and override the vector. As you can see, we're going to make a right-hand turn here, and that will get us lined up with the runway. So that looks good. After this, we can go back to the overhead panel, select our flight altitude and the pressurization to 29,000 feet, 290. And we can go to the MCP, which is on the glare shield. This is referred to as the MCP. We can set our altitude. We're clearing ourselves 29,000 feet at first. We have no altitude restrictions, so that can be 29,000. Our MCP speed is, what I like to do is V2 plus 15, which in our case is going to be 164. It's 149 plus 15. You can arm the auto throttle and bring the flight directors on. Now we can think about pushing back. First, we're going to bring the anti-collision light on. Pre-plan the pushback. It would actually be helpful if we knew what we were pushing back to. So we'll be pushing back to the left since we'll be on 30 left. So we can put our airplane right here. Accept plan.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Check the fuel quantity. The 2 electric hydraulic pumps can come on. The fuel pumps can come on. And the yaw dampener can come on. What we can do now is think about pushing and starting, and that'll be the end for this video. So stay tuned, watch the next video, and that'll go through pushing back, taking off, and getting to cruise. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.